The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him make an eye lie down in the green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with uno oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy, I go follow I all the days of I Ivan. I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. Kadamawe gromabea tela higzag beer tanaista lena bashante shante 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 shante. Kadamawe gromabea tela. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodamo, where we speak truth to power. And I want to say thank you so much for coming along. This is the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is the voice of God. This is where we speak truth to power. And from the loose reel, we endeavor to always keep it real. My brother, my sister, this is a Black Pot, aka Kukushodamo. And my name, Blakk RASTA. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes, aromas, and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some good amount of eating. At the end of the day, they produce food. Ironically, they do not even partake in the eating of the food that they produce. It is us, the eaters, who do. Yet every time the black pot and the ingredients would collaborate to produce food. What lesson can we derive from this? It's a lesson of selflessness. It is a lesson of selflessness. A lesson of sacrifice. A lesson of generational thinking. My brother, my sister, any country that puts away these very important aspects of nation building, sacrifice, generational thinking, and at the same time selflessness, it's not deserving of being called a nation. It is an empty box. That is why, my brother, my sister, we are going on a 16 regional tour of Ghana. We are speaking to all the schools in Ghana. In fact, every region we go, we pick up 2 schools and speak to the schools. Now we go to the marketplace and also go to the streets, where we speak to people about patriotism. Our nation needs patriotism. It's because of the lack of patriotism that is why we continue to suffer in this nation. We can have it all, yet we will not have anything at the end of it all, because without patriotism, we will steal from each other, steal from our nation, and render the nation poor. Need I say more? We are going to all the 16 regions of Ghana, and we are asking you to donate. Please contribute anything. It could be cash, it could be kind, it could be anything that is valuable. As we are going on this trip, every weekend we do that. Our next trip would be on the 7th. In fact, Saturday and Sunday next week, we are going to be in the Bono and then the Ahafo regions, where we'll be talking to 4 schools. Sewakese, we'll also be talking to Wachi Trumon. Yes, Wachi Trumon. Yes, secondary school. We would also be speaking with Odumasimai Secondary School and then Sunyane Secondary School. These are the schools we have tabled to go and speak to. That is why we are asking you to continue to donate. We have run out of money as it is right now. We need you to come up and replenish, push us to be able to do this. If you're sending via mobile money, this is it. And the merchant ID number is also there. You can donate any amount of money to us. We would always put out your name and tell the whole world how much you contributed. And then would also be able to account every time for every penny spent. You can also send that to our bank account. We are so grateful to be with you. We started late all because of DUMSOR. We have had DUMSOR almost 4 times whilst in the studios right here. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We are live on YouTube, and our YouTube channel is Blakk Empire Media, and Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K. We are also reaching out to you to say thank you so much for the support all this while. Today we have 4 very important issues to look at. Please come follow me. Number 1, my youth, Anti-LGBTQI plus bill. Ghana bound for economic disaster if. Now there is a man by name Professor Diamond. Professor Diamond is a white guy. This is Professor Diamond. And he is a professor of governance and whatever. He is saying something that has taken the center stage in our news today in Ghana. Run it, my youths. Ghana will be economically doomed if anti-gay bill is passed. And this is Professor Diamond speaking. Run it, my youth. Watch this. Professor Larry Diamond, democracy scholar at the Hoover Institute and Stanford University, has warned of the dire consequences for Ghana if the contentious anti-gay bill becomes law. Now, the Ministry of Finance has already urged President Akufo-Addo to withhold his approval of the anti-LGBTQ plus bill recently passed by Parliament. Now, the ministry warned that the bill's ratification could lead to significant financial repercussions for Ghana. Now, the ministry's statement indicated that Ghana could lose a considerable amount of World Bank funding, with an estimated potential loss of 3.8 billion US dollars over the next 5 to 6 years. In an interview with Bernard Havle on City TV's The Point of View, Professor Diamond from the Hoover Institute and Stanford University argued that the bill's passage will be economically catastrophic for Ghana. He highlighted the restrictions that foreign investors will impose on Ghana as a country infringing on the rights of a minority group. He argued that Western countries are solely promoting the anti-gay agenda in Africa. And that's very important. Listen to that paragraph again. He argued that Western countries are solely promoting the anti-gay agenda in Africa. I would remind people of what some friends of Ghana have been saying. The act would be a disaster for Ghana economically if passed into law, because Western companies are not going to come and invest in a country that is pummeling minority rights. The extreme religious rights have failed to achieve this religious agenda in the United States. And so now they are coming to Africa to try and push the agenda. People who complain about neocolonialism, shouldn't they be asking questions about this? He asked. Dash it. Watch this. So it's very simple. Come here. Now, what Professor Larry Diamond is talking about is simple. He says that if Ghana makes a mistake and decides to sign and push this LGBTQI plus thing into law, Ghana is going to lose close to 4 billion American dollars of funding coming from the World Bank. Free money. Ghana will lose it. Why will Ghana lose it? Because Ghana will be seen as fighting a minority group. What is this minority group? A group of people who decide that they will not sleep with women. Men will sleep with men, and women will sleep with women. Now, when you speak to gay people or the LGBTQI plus family or the so-called rainbow family, they will tell you that it's gone beyond just sleeping with each other and having sex. It is about coming to live together in civil societies. A man and man can decide to call one a wife and one a woman without necessarily even sleeping together. For them, that is how they want to build their family. According to Professor Larry Diamond, The extreme religious groups in America and other places have failed with their agenda of anti-LGBTQI plus in the West, and therefore their target is Africa. They are all running to Africa and pushing Africans to fight LGBTQI plus. Some of them are pushing money for people to fight the LGBTQI plus thing. But Larry Diamond is saying that they are going to fail in Africa again. Because if Ghana makes a mistake and goes ahead to sign this bill, Ghana is going to lose a huge chunk of World Bank funding. Come here, my youth. Listen, I don't like it when anybody wants to force their religion on any group of people. It's your religion. This is what our religion says, keep it. It is not too fair that because a majority of the people think that this is what is right, the minority should suffer for the decision of the majority. But in our society, that is how it is. We say majority carries the vote. When it comes to voting, in fact, what favors the majority must necessarily also favor the minority. Do you understand it? It's not always that what favors the majority favors everybody. There's always a small group of people that will suffer the decision of the majority. But it is accepted. That is what is called democracy. In our country, my brother, we are one of the most accursed countries in the world. Cursed by our own stupidity and foolishness. We have gold, we have diamond, we have bauxite, we have lithium. More than some of the countries we go to are begging. Every now and then, Ghana is rated as a poor country. And I ask myself, why did the colonialist call Ghana the Gold Coast if he didn't see any gold here? How could a coast full of gold all of a sudden be so poor that we have to go around begging in order to survive? So poor to the point that we cannot stand on our 2 feet and even take decisions. We are threatened by the West every now and then, and our sovereignty is just a carrot dangling in front of a rabbit. My brother, these are my concerns. When will Ghana stand on its 2 feet again and say that, hey, listen, in America, a majority of the people take a decision and it affects everybody, including those who do not even support it? Why is it that in Ghana, a majority of the people say, hey, this is what we agree with, and yet the West will sit outside Ghana and be able to puppet the majority and everybody, push away your decisions because your decisions don't matter, they don't make sense to the West, and make sure that the agenda of the West is carried out? Let's put all sentiments aside. I am worried about the sovereignty and the independence of my country. It's not about LGBTQI plus issues. My brother, I travel outside Ghana and to so many different areas. I meet with gays. I eat with gays. Yes, I do business with gays and all that. But my brother, my sister, in the countries of the gays, they have their own laws. Some of the laws we don't agree with right here in Ghana. But when we go there, we accept that. When we come to our country, we must also have our own laws that we agree with. We all cannot have the same laws in the same countries, in all the countries in the world. Now, Professor Larry Diamond has spoken. Come here. Now, in a nutshell, what the good old professor is saying is very simple. If you still want to go begging, if you still need that close to $4 billion American dollars that will be spread on a silver platter to you within 4-5 years, then you do not have a say. That is the bitter truth. Ghana, you don't have a say if you want that chunk of money from the World Bank. If you want business to come to your country, then you have no say. The countries that have that say, they are independent economically. They don't care what the West thinks. They don't care who does business with them or not. In fact, they will force you to do business with them because they are so rich, and some of the things they have They are unique. Yes, they are unique. And therefore, you can't find that anywhere except when you come to them. Shall we make our nation a unique nation too? How can we make Ghana a unique nation? How can we build Ghana to the extent where we can also say this is our say and we don't care what the West says? The same thing Kamala Harris said when she came here 1 year ago. She told us point blank, I don't care what you think. I don't care what your law says. The LGBTQI plus issue is a human rights issue. When will Ghana develop to the point where we would also say, this is Ghanaian of us, and we don't care what anybody says. This is what the Ghanaian people believe in as a sovereign nation. Of course, no sovereignty is ultimate. No sovereignty is an island where you can live devoid of all other people and all other infrastructures, yes, infractions, and so on and so forth. We all work hand in hand. We jaw, and we also go around issues, discussing them in civil discourse. But in this case, my brother, we are being threatened. If you sign it, you will lose this amount of money. If you sign it, this is what you're going to suffer. We will make sure that you suffer. Over to you, Ghana. For me, I want Ghana to suffer. I want the West to stop giving Ghana aid. We have eaten too much of the aid coming from the West. We don't want that aid anymore. Keep the aid. Let Ghana grow from its infant stage into adulthood. We have taken too much infant formula. It's time now to be weaned. It's time now to grow. Left to me alone. Sign it. When they sign it, let Ghana suffer. I want to see Ghana suffer. I am tired of being fed and insulted. Dantema katuma manje. You remember that song? Dantema katuma manje. Dash it away. Come here, my youth. I hate it and dislike it so much when a sovereignty is so threatened, all because of food. Because of what we will eat, now we don't have a say. We are controlled. Like I said, when I travel around, I meet a lot of gays and I love them. In their country, it's accepted. Who am I to go and change anything? Moreover, there are some gays who are far better than some of our malams and pastors in this country, who are nothing but thieves. Once I said this, and a friend of mine from Tamale called me and said, Boy, Boka Yelala, boy. I said, Ula. Nilvo Nyabra. Boy. So come kusome. I won't translate it. Let somebody translate it. For him, everybody is better than a gay. The murderer is better than a gay. The thief is better than a gay. And he's standing on the 2 feet of religion. You can't use your religion to push some people down. My brother, everybody has a religion. And if we all wanted to force our religions on people, we wouldn't have a peaceful coexistence. The point I am making has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with the sovereignty. It didn't matter if it was another issue, LGBTQ aside, something else, I will still say the same thing. I am tired of being fed with infant formula. I want my nation to grow. I am tired of the threats from the West. Again, divide of the LGBTQI plus issues. Generally, I am tired of being threatened night and day. What's the use of the gold? What's the use of the diamond, the bauxite, the oil, the lithium? Count them in abundance. Yet foolish leaders would always take us every time geometrically running and accelerating towards slavery one more time. Next story, my youth. The next story we are looking at says sad. One baby dead in TEMA hospital, DUMSOR. Yesterday, Wednesday, there was DUMSOR What is DUMSOR? Erratic power supply. It's one of the reasons we keep coming to you late. Before this DUMSOR agenda, we were always on time. 5 p.m. you would see us, or a few minutes late. But now, you are about to start, the light goes off. You have to wait for another 1 hour to see if the light will come back. The power, it keeps going off and on, sometimes in the middle of our broadcast. Our streaming, it goes off and we have to go home. My brother, it happened at the TEMA hospital yesterday, and a nurse was so touched. She videoed the whole incident, how the lights went off in the ICU. They call it the NICU, NICU, neonatal intensive care unit. You know what it means to say neonatal? Babies. The power went off at the hospital, TEMA General Hospital, the second biggest hospital in Accra. And babies who were hooked on to live machines were screaming whilst they were dying slowly. The video lasted just over 1 minute. And the person had to put it off for fear that another person might just come and report her. You know what happened? It went viral. At the end of the day, the TEMA General Hospital came out with a statement saying that, oh, it was just for a short while. What do you mean by a short while? That video lasted over 1 minute. Can you hold your breath for 1 minute? People are hooked onto live machines. Power goes off. Babies are screaming because they can't breathe anymore. I had a baby born into the ICU. My brother, that's a baby, so small. You see them, they look tiny. And they put them right there inside the incubators. As I stand right now, I am praying that I make money. I'm going to buy incubators, at least 2, for the Kolebu hospital. Because I saw how some babies were paired in one incubator meant for one baby. I saw how babies faded out. In other words, died right in front of my eyes at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. And that's a bigger hospital. TEMA General Hospital yesterday had DUMSOR. Erratic power supply. We all saw the video. Babies crying. At the end of the day, the hospital authority said, oh, it was just for a while. In fact, there was a problem. Now we are getting details. The problem was actually, yes, they have a standby generator, but there was no fuel in the standby generator, as we were told. And they lied that nobody died. At least one mother said she lost a baby. Listen to the mother. How sad this issue is. Split the screen into 2. Let us hear. It's sad.
Okay. Me call no me ba no ura ni ko wa no na first baby or down. So me we mu na like only her. See, I thought say be o ma change baby or one. It's me bisa o mo no say like me pie na me ntina abonten twa o mo ba. So me ntina abonten na Doctor Abakuba na only me kasa say oh yeah, sorry, sir, due to the lighthouse you know, my banning to me and survive because now our 2 machines, so which is the life supporting machine and oxygen, no. So I can't stand like that meaning be a man I'm missing out on a mission and see or beside me say and I'm like me me banana and I'm see the bill and I'll beside me say into me say mention na. The way I cast them, like, make a sure and say me to me, shall Kalano, that moment, is the only doing join and papa bar or barbeshi.
Na and sana wo ko doctor ne ho no omudum kane no che
Patrol and grab before Then dry Wednesday, Tuesday, and you around 6:30. No, we do lights or has say. So now me what I me want the lights also. I also thought say baby I want lights or. You see, now I was saying me call Nico on 9 a.m. 9 o'clock. Me call on na omuni lights or by machines ni so. Me say na enye juma be so keke.
Nti o maternity ward ho de na light wo ho e bro mu dumu kanea no
Me wo post CS
post CS ho de na kanea wo ho so ba niku no be 9 pm no na niku no kanea na dum
na kanea ni dum omu ni light ho
na doctor ne chem no say omu plant na say generator no e na say fuel na omu ni sika omode koto.
Okay, they're very dear on my light out no. One mommy be someone say I didn't see now a show ewa has say and kolani ni light ana. So one lady answer say ni fuel and a woman say I didn't see now among country parents no na you contribute and to fuel ana but feedback on my media man say.
Nti Rashida obey so hunu se onum ye kakra onum ye.
Well, I heard a sad story. The mother called Rashida. She said she had a CS, cesarean section, operation, as we call that here, surgery. And the baby was taken out. The baby was at the NICU, NICU, neonatal intensive care unit, on oxygen, incubator, while she was at post CS for treatment. There was power where she was. And then she was supposed to come over and look at her baby. And when she came, she realized that her baby was not where it used to be. What was the issue? They asked her to sit down and wait. She waited for a while. The doctor came in and said, unfortunately, your baby died. She asked why. Your baby died because there was a light out, no power, and therefore the baby suffocated and died. Do you want to see the dead baby? She said, I don't have the strength to see my dead baby. I just gave birth to this baby. I am still nursing the wounds from the CS or cesarean section. Wait, when the father of the baby comes, he will give me strength and together we'll go look at the baby. Now the interviewer from Adum FM asked again, what was the cause of the power outage? She said, there was no fuel in the generator. As a colleague of hers asked the doctor, and the doctor gave that response. My brother, this is the country we live in. The baby is gone. Hospital authorities are saying that nobody died. Who are they trying to shield? They are telling us that there's no erratic power supply, no DUMSOR. Therefore, they are not giving us a timetable for political expediency. It's sad. Now the little baby who died, the blood is on the hands of the authorities. It is very sad. Watch the story as carried by My Joy Online. And it's a sad story. Grieving mother shares story of how her baby died due to DUMSOR at TEMA General Hospital. It's the same mother. Run it, my own. Watch this. I went to visit my son, but I didn't see him. I was waiting outside when one doctor came to inform me that they were sorry, but due to the light out, my child could not survive because the incubator was not working. Now the lights went out on Tuesday evening. No staff has spoken to me, and they haven't said anything to me. She narrated. Now that audio you saw there was what we played to you. And the grandmother of the deceased, Rebecca Johnson, who also spoke to the show, expressed her grief. It's painful. They have killed my child because of DUMSOR. I am in pain. We have nothing to say to the hospital. A hospital like TEMA General Hospital, oh my God, said they didn't have petrol in the generator. Is this how we are going to act in this country? My brother, Rashida has lost her baby. How many more babies have died like this? without us even knowing. For how long will hospital authorities keep hiding the truth from the Ghanaian people? I'm really sorry for the death of these children, but posterity would judge us. When we return, we will take your comments, and then we'll also have more for you. Hey! Wayo!
Blakk Coco Show, man.
It's the Black Pot, aka Coco Show, and here we speak truth to power. Next story, my youth. Watch this. We're taking you to Senegal. Senegal's new president declares assets. War on France. Wow. Who is this new president? I've been following this new president for some time now. That's him. He's a very strong radical pan-Africanist. And he says he's ready for France. He's tired of France puppeting Senegal. And that he's going to go the same way as Mali and Burkina Faso. He is a Muslim. He has 2 wives. With one of the wives, he has 4 children. And the other one, no child yet. He has just declared his assets as president of his country. So everybody would see what he has and what he doesn't have. Run the story, my youth. Watch this. He has 2 houses, 2 cars, 2 bank accounts. That's all he has. Nothing more. He doesn't have a motorbike. He doesn't have any other thing. No bicycle. Nothing. 2 houses, 2 cars, and 2 bank accounts. And you can imagine why he has 2 of each. Because he has 2 wives. Run it, my youth. Watch this. Bassirou Diomaye Faye, Senegal's president-elect, will take office in April after winning the March 24 presidential election. Now, the former tax inspector went into the race as the main opposition candidate after his boss, the widely loved Ousmane Sonko, was barred by the courts from the elections because of statutory convictions on high crimes. Now, 2 days to the election, that's March 22, 2024, Diomaye Faye publicly published his full assets on his official Facebook page and challenged the other 18 contenders to do the same. Per Ghana Web's checks, none took the challenge. According to the document, he had 2 houses built when he was in public service and owned 2 cars, all second-hand. No tear rubber. He also operated 2 bank accounts and lived in a house that he built himself. Now, the document also confirmed that he was into farming and his main debt was to a friend who he had taken a loan from to invest in his farm. What a man! What a man! And Muslims are so good with this. I don't know how many of you have had Muslim friends who died. Now, when you go to their burial service, they will normally ask, this dead man lying down here, does he owe anybody amongst you, or do you know anybody that this dead person owes? The family is going to pay the money now, so that on the day of judgment, he shall be without debt. And that normally touches my heart. Every Muslim funeral you go to. If I happen to die, that's how I want my burial to be like. Ask the general public. The man lying down here, he doesn't have a mouth to say anything anymore. But by the fact that we are still alive, is there anybody here who he owes? Or is there somebody who knows who this man here owes? Or is there anybody here this dead person has offended? What would it take for you to forgive this dead body? Sometimes people come out and say, yes. In fact, he borrowed money from me 2 years ago. He told me he would pay before I realized he died. Family will count the money and give to you. Most of the people will say, but I've forgiven. It's okay. I don't want to take that money. And most of the time, it brings tears into my eyes. Some people would also come. Sometimes females would come. He told me he was going to marry me. I gave him all my love, but he broke my heart. Then the family would ask, is there anything the family can do for you to forgive this dead man? Sometimes the woman would say, well, I wish he was alive to marry me. But if he's not alive and there's any male in the family that has reached the age of marriage, can I be a wife to that person? Or they'll just say, let it go. May Allah forgive him. Oh, what a service. But for some people, a burial service is for dancing and drinking alcohol and having more sex. They don't care about the man who is going yonder there. That is what this man is saying. That he has only one man he owes money. Today, if he falls dead, and you hear Muslims coming around, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun. Alhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah. Allahu akbar. Allahu akbar. Allahu akbar wa lillahi alhamdu. Inna lillahi wa alhamdulillah. Oh my God. They will look for this one man. They would ask whoever this man has ever offended. Even after the burial, come forward. Let the family do whatever it can do. Of course, once in a while, you have charlatans who come and say, oh, he owed me 20,000 Ghana, $2 million, and he never paid. Whatever the family can do to pay, they will pay because they believe that if you falsely said it, you and your God will match boot for boot. If they cannot pay, they will tell you, well, it doesn't look like the family can raise that money. Is there any way the family can serve you apart from giving you cash? That is why this man is bringing out all these things. The 44-year-old has been celebrated by many on social media for openness, even before he takes over from outgoing President Macky Sall. He has stated that he would, as required by law, submit the document to the Constitutional Court when he takes office. Now, bring the photo of this man here. He's called Basiru. His very close friend who he went to school with, and they worked in the same tax office, is called Usman Sonko. Usman Sonko founded this party. Usman Sonko was supposed to be the presidential candidate of this party. But the law came around him and said, hey, some rape issues. He was involved in some rape issues. And for that matter, he was disqualified. High crimes. And his friend took over. This is a very fluent speaking guy. He speaks plain English. He speaks plain French immaculately. And he's quite learned. My brother, now his campaign message was that he will kick out France and send France back. Interestingly, his lawyer is a Frenchman. Thirdly, his campaign slogan was a vote for Basiru is a vote for Usman. One of his children is named after his best friend Usman. Long before they even got into politics, they were so close. One has stepped back for this man to become president. Everybody loves Usman. He would have won. He stood in the previous elections and got so close. But this time round, they realized he was going to win. So they removed him, but his friend stepped in and won. Now the friendship is going to be tested even further. Now that the man who was supposed to be president gave the back pass to his friend and he became president. How is power going to change this friendship? How would it affect this friendship? I am happy that at least they had peaceful elections. After the violence and the jailing of some of these people, Macky Sall has been a disappointment for the people of Senegal. But at the end of it all, congratulations. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we shall take your messages. Hey! Wayo! Greetings, countrymen. My name is Blakk Rasta. When I was growing up as a child, there was something called a courtesy for boys and girls that helped to train us and raise us up in patriotism. But today, a lot of this patriotism has been lost. Today, our children are beginning to lose everything in terms of our heritage. They have lost out on our history, lost out on our greatness. It is on the bedrock of this I am embarking on a nationwide tour of patriotism. Remember, it's patriotism, not politics. We shall go to all the 16 regions of Ghana. And in every region, we will organize students and speak to them about patriotism. We will organize a small quiz competition where we shall give prizes out. And these prizes are going to be prizes that are souvenirs from Ghana. Right after that, we will organize a certain concert, either in the market space or even on the streets, accessible to everybody. And we will catch the music lovers and deliver the same message to them. It's on the bedrock of this. I would like you to be part of this. Please donate to this great cause. We are raising a next generation of patriots. It's the lack of patriotism that is making us steal from our own country. It's the lack of patriotism that makes us feel like when we steal from the government, we are stealing from space. It's the lack of patriotism that makes us owe allegiance to some foreigners more than us. It's the lack of patriotism that makes foreigners come into this country and behave like demigods, and we see them as such. My brother, my sister, donate so we can move out there. Maybe you want to give us something else in kind. We are ready for you. Our numbers are rolling on the screens, and you can donate into our bank account or onto our phone number, and we will gladly appreciate and acknowledge you. This is the National Patriotism Tour that we have taken on ourselves to make sure that the nation, Ghana, stands tall again like before. My name is Blakk Rasta, and I thank you for listening. God bless you. Ghana shall prosper. Ghana will rise again. Bless you.
Go on, Skipper George. Blakk Pot, Kuku show man.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushono, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Please donate. Donate, 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 donate. You might not be here to be part of this wonderful patriotism tour. We are doing our very best to be able to spread the message. We are raising a nation of patriots. Give yourself 2 years to 5 years and see the number of young patriots that are going to come out of this. If you believe in this, please come through with your donations. Many other people have donated already. President Mahama gave us 20,000. Fatih Suka gave us 600,000 all the way from Germany. 600 Ghana cedis, sorry. Professor Albion Menz gave us 3,036 cedis, 80 pesos from the US. That's my own professor. Schwarz K gave us 1,192.83 pesos, and he sent it into our bank account. I don't know Schwarz K, but he knows us and he knows Ghana. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Many more people have sent us money. Zomelo, as you see, is going on. Yes, but we have run out of money right now. In fact, every trip we go, we spend over 10,000 Ghana cedis. When we started, we were spending over 15,000 Ghana cedis because we went to the furthest part of the north on fuel and some other such things. Every school we go, we donate gifts to them. In fact, in the quiz competitions we do, we give them things, sometimes cash prizes we give to them. So your money is put into some really good use. We have also expended so much money on this. Please, look at the scrolls. You will see how you can send donations to us via our bank account, which is here. It's a GT bank account, and the SWIFT code is over there. When you send that, we're going to get it. No two ways about that. We started on the 2nd of March, and we're going to all 16 regions. We've done half so far. Next weekend, we are going to be going to the Bono and Ahafo regions, where we'll be talking to 2 schools. We'll be on the streets also doing our own thing. This is our mobile number. That's Momo. You send it, we'll get it. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Now let's look at what you think. Let's read from you. Come here, my youth. Come on. All right? The things that you do, guys. Watch this. Yao Lifestyle says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Ras Osaje for Duwabil. Tindando. Gomado. Pekpekpam. Yinzor Bill says, Wayoy. Wanini boy says, welcome back. My mentor, Blakk Rasta. Wayoy. And Yao Lifestyle says, fire. And James Bevan says, Kukushow them all. Preach. Prabhu. Respect, my brethren. Love and respect. As Sensu Collins says, good evening, Blakk Rasta. So you are sure there will be a change in Ghana? Yes, I am very sure. The change is already coming. Can't you see? We have change all over the place. Yes, we want more change. Yes. Ras Osajifu says, very lovely African costume, Blakk Rasta. I would love to get your material some because you look so rich and awesome in it. Okay, all right. Yeah, this is a Nigerian print. Yeah, the fabric is from Nigeria. Of course, bought here in Ghana. It's very popular amongst the Igbos. I was going to shoot a music video of Igbo tradition, which will be coming out pretty soon. You will see it. And after that, I just decided to sew it into a very beautiful garment, you know. Thank you so much, Ras Osajefo. And Wanini boy says, did we vote for the West or Nanado? If they will decide for us, then the president must step down. But even your finance department has somebody coming in from the World Bank, from Switzerland, to sit in and direct affairs. So you are not wholly sovereign, unfortunately. Mohammed Banjeya1, aka MC Nonga Scorpion, inside a Shaiman, he says, may Allah save us. Okay, now Bong Pyramid, he says, I'm his grandfather. He says, wicked politicians, posterity will judge them so harshly. Benjamin Achu says, it's pathetic, but believe it or not, the so-called leaders, they know nothing. They are heartless and they are evil-minded and selfish. Mohammed Banjeya one says, do. Kabuka yellala. It's quoting what my brethren from Tamale called me to say when I said some gays are better than some malams and pastors in Ghana. He said, why? Buka yellala. Nivo nyabra. So can so me. Oh my God. Mohammed Banjeya one, MC Scorpion. He's a shy man. Yes, Empire Pam. Yes, he also, in fact, donated some money to us, and his name is also scrolling there. We appreciate you and we love you. All right, so if these are all the comments, let's look at the final story we have for the day. Ghana woman in horrific diplomatic encounter. Now, there was Occupy Julobi House in Ghana. We went out there. We did whatever we did. Then there was another version in New York City. There was a lady who was part of it. Yeah. Went and was part of it. Oh my God. And look at her. And look at the placard she's holding. Lala Sulala president. If you are Ghanaian, you understand what that means. Lala Sulala means begging. Begging president. A president who goes around begging. Lala Sulala president. Lala Sulala is derived from the Muslim beggars we have on the streets of Ghana. I mean, who normally recite a Quranic verse or an Arabic line when they are begging. La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. They only hear La Rasulullah, La Rasulullah. All this long statement, they only hear La Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, La ilaha Rasulullah. Because whilst they are saying that they are La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, it means there is only one God who is Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet. La Rasulullah, president. She was part of it. These are the streets of New York. And something interesting happened to her. Run it, my youth. You think so you day wise. Watch the story. From Ghana Web, it says, women's horrific experience at New York City, Ghana Embassy sparks outpouring of bad online reviews. Run it, my youth. She's called Yatabi. Yatabi. A woman who has been identified as being part of demonstrators of the U.S. edition of Occupy Julobi House that occurred in October 2023, Yatabi has shared what she described as a horrific experience when she visited the Ghanaian Consulate General, that's the Ghana Embassy in New York, on Wednesday, March 27, 2024. That's only yesterday. Now, in a series of tweets breaking down all that she said happened, she described now. In fact, she was deliberately overlooked and made to wait for so long. Even after people she came before were given preferential and quick treatment. Just like her, she said she had gone to the Ghana Embassy in New York to pick up her brother-in-law's visa after it was not mailed to them. But she was made to wait whilst others were served. Yatabi, sharing this on her X, said she then got agitated at a point when someone who was unauthorized kept going in and out of a staff-only room to bring passports out for some people who came to meet her there. Upon arriving, I wrote down his name and number and was asked to take a seat, which I did. A lady came out and started calling out names for the visas. Now the three gentlemen were there to pick up other people. That's one for his daughter and the other for a group. She called out the names and asked who she was missing. So I politely told her my brother-in-law's name again. She asked if I had written his name down, and I said yes. She told me to wait for the next batch of names, and I obliged. As I sat down again to wait for my turn, a young lady came in and asked if they had mentioned her mom's name because she had missed it, and she was asked to wait for the next round of names, like I was told to. 5 minutes later, a guy with dreadlocks came in and spoke to the young lady waiting. They seemed to know each other well. This guy proceeded to go into the HOW office that read staff only, do not enter unless authorized. So I assumed he was there when he entered. No wahala. He came out and spoke to the same young lady again and went into the second time. This time, he returned with a passport in his hands and handed it to the girl. And she said, "Oh, thank you, Anka Matna Hache." That means I would have sat here for too long. She got up. and left. A guy who also came to meet me was ... She tweeted. Yatabi added that she immediately confronted the man with dreadlocks, after which she found out that the gentleman was not authorized to do so. Further incensed by this, she said after some time and some of the officials there trying to calm her, she went back to her seat and waited to be called. The story goes on and on and on and on. And this is what is happening. This is what she wrote. I want to share my horrific experience with the Consulate General of Ghana in New York. My spirit will not be happy if I keep mute about this issue. And then a Norwegian friend went to visit Ghana last December. So he went to the Ghana embassy in Oslo to ask about the requirements to secure a visa. The lady he met at the embassy told him to go and look it up on the embassy's website. He had indeed checked the website before going. And when you read it, it's just bad online vibes about Ghana. Diplomacy gone haywire and bad. Now, Yatabi believes that she was victimized because she was part of Occupy Jilobi. She had a horrific time right there inside the Ghana embassy. He said, wow, I'm sorry this happened to you. But sounds like a spar for the cause. In Toronto, they say, Toronto, you will have to deal with them online. I got so sick of dealing with them, I ended up just getting my dual citizenship in GH. Just so I never have to deal with these people again. Did you hear that? A Ghanaian was forced to go for dual citizenship because of the way they were treating her online about this visa issue and all that. How many more people are being chased out of Ghana? Much more. All these. Dash it away. So in Ghana, it's tit for tat. Mr. President said he will not sign until the court rules. Parliament says, okay, we shall not also vet your appointees until the court rules. Mr. President has been able to get the courts to pick up some of these cases early so that he will run away from signing and still have his appointees vetted. Tit for tat. They say when thief man, God laughs. Final messages and we are done. All right, it's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and we are winding up. Final messages and we'll be done for the day. Oscar Pendragon says, hi Black, I want to contribute, but the source is making it difficult for me because your number is third-class registration and it's very hard to send money on Rewire. No, it's not hard. It's not hard at all. Please bring back the squeeze back. Bring it back. I'll show you how to do it very easy so that you will see it. Now it's very easy. Very, very easy. You can send it via mobile money. And the mobile money that you're sending it to is a merchant number. It means it can accept anything. It is actually registered. So you don't have a problem. This is the number. If they ask you for a merchant number, here it is. It will come to us directly. The name there is Black Empire Media. It will come very, very correctly and we will have it. This is the number. Please write it down. Many people have sent through Rewire. They've sent through, Junipay and some others, and we have received that, and we shall acknowledge you. Or you can send it via our bank account. Many have also done it, and this is the bank account. It's a GT bank account. All you will need is a SWIFT code. Yes, and it's Black Empire Media, the same name, Black Empire Media, and it will come the moment you send it. So you see, Oscar Pendragon, it's easy to send. If you still have a problem, which I doubt, please let us know. All right? Thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. Is that all? Come here. I want to say thank you so much. We apologize again for the DUMSOR. You see, it's time now to go. I appreciate you and I love you. My name is Blakk Rasta. Remember to subscribe to our channel. It's called Black Empire Media. We speak the truth from the voices of the people. We don't have our own opinion. It's the opinion of the people. And since we are part of the people, It's our own opinion too. Oh yes. To God be the glory. Hey! Wayo!